I'm writing this because I need people to understand that sometimes karma doesn't just happen, you have to create it yourself. 3 years ago, I was publicly humiliated in the worst way possible. Today, I own the company that destroyed me. But let me start from the beginning, because the revenge is so much sweeter when you understand exactly what they did to me. I was 28 when I started working at Vertex Marketing Solutions. It was a mid-sized digital marketing firm in Chicago, and I was damn good at my job. Within 2 years, I'd brought in over $3 million in new business. I built relationships with clients that other account managers couldn't touch. I worked 70-hour weeks, missed birthdays, canceled vacations, all because I believed in what we were building. My boss, Derek, was 45, charismatic, and had founded the company 15 years earlier. He treated me like a protege. "You're going to run this place someday," he'd tell me over drinks after closing a big deal. I actually believed him. I was an idiot. Everything changed when Amber showed up. She was 24, blonde, and had exactly 0 experience in marketing. Her previous job? Managing her father's car dealership's Instagram account. But she had something I didn't. She was sleeping with Derek. Within 3 months of hiring her as a junior coordinator, she was sitting in on executive meetings. Within 6 months, she was being introduced to clients as a senior strategist. I watched her fumble through presentations I'd written. I watched her take credit for campaigns I'd designed. Every time I tried to address it with Derek, he'd brush me off. "You're being territorial, Sarah. Amber brings fresh perspective." Fresh perspective, right. The breaking point came during our annual client appreciation event. We'd rented out the entire top floor of the merchandise mart, 50 of our biggest clients, plus staff and partners. I'd been working on a pitch to expand our services into influencer partnerships. It was revolutionary for our industry at the time, and I had 3 major clients ready to sign contracts worth $800,000 combined. I was supposed to present that night. 2 hours before the event, Derek called me into his office. Amber was sitting in the chair across from his desk, smirking. That's when I knew something was wrong. "Sarah, we need to talk about your future here," Derek said, not even looking at me. My stomach dropped. "What do you mean?" "We've been evaluating the team structure, and we've decided to move in a different direction. Effective immediately, we're terminating your employment." I couldn't breathe. "You're firing me? Today? During the client event?" Amber actually laughed. "It's nothing personal. We just need someone with more innovative thinking in your role." Derek slid a severance packet across the desk. 2 weeks' pay. Sign the NDA and we'll give you a neutral reference. 2 weeks? I've brought in millions for this company. I have active contracts. "Which will be transferred to Amber," Derek interrupted. "She'll be taking over your accounts and your presentation tonight." "My presentation? That's my work, my pitch." "Work created on company time is company property," Amber said, still smirking. "Maybe next time, don't get so attached." I stood there, shaking with rage and humiliation. "You can't do this!" "We already have," Derek said. "Security will escort you out after the event starts. We don't want a scene." They made me stay through the cocktail hour. I had to smile and make small talk with clients I'd cultivated for years, knowing I'd never see them again. Then, when it was time for presentations, Derek took the stage. "Before we begin tonight's exciting announcements," he said, his voice booming through the speakers, "I want to address a personnel change. Sarah Mitchell is no longer with Vertex Marketing Solutions." 50 heads turned to look at me. I felt my face burn. "We're grateful for her contributions, but we're thrilled to announce that Amber Sterling will be stepping into an expanded leadership role as our new Director of Client Strategy." The room erupted in polite applause. Amber walked on stage in a dress that cost more than my rent, waving like she'd won an Oscar. Then she launched into my presentation, word for word, using my slides, presenting my ideas to my clients. I walked out.
I didn't wait for security. I walked out of that building, got in my car, and cried for 2 hours in a parking garage. But then, something shifted. The humiliation turned into fuel. I spent the next 3 months doing something I should have done years earlier. I poached every major client I'd brought to Vertex. I called them personally, explained what happened, and offered to consult independently. 18 of them dropped Vertex within 6 weeks. Derek tried to sue me for breach of contract. His lawyer sent threatening letters. But here's the thing about NDAs. They're hard to enforce when the other party commits fraud. And Derek had made a critical mistake. He'd been embezzling from the company for 2 years to fund Amber's lifestyle. I knew because I'd seen the discrepancies in client billing versus internal reports. I hired a forensic accountant and turned everything over to the Illinois Attorney General. While Derek was dealing with criminal charges, I was building. I launched my own agency, Sterling Solutions. Yes, I used Amber's last name out of pure spite. Within a year, I had 30 clients and $2 million in revenue. Within 2 years, I had 50 employees and was being profiled in Ad Age. Vertex, meanwhile, was imploding. Derek's legal fees bankrupted him. Amber, shockingly, had no idea how to actually run a marketing company. Clients fled, employees quit. By year 3, Vertex was $4 million in debt and facing foreclosure. That's when I got the call. Their bankruptcy attorney reached out to see if I'd be interested in acquiring the company's assets, client lists, intellectual property, office space, equipment, everything. I offered $250,000. It was insulting. It was exactly what I wanted to offer. They accepted. Last month, I walked into the office where I was fired, except now my name is on the door. I kept 5 of the original employees who had been decent to me. I fired everyone else. And yes, I called Derek personally to let him know. I own your company now, I told him. Every client, every asset, every piece of work you and Amber stole from me, it's all mine. He didn't say anything for a long time. Then, you destroyed my life. No, I said, you destroyed your own life. I just bought what was left. I hung up before he could respond. Amber, for the record, now works at a real estate office in the suburbs. I heard she's engaged to someone new, a dentist this time. I hope he has better judgment than Derek did. As for me, Sterling Solutions is projected to clear $8 million this year. I've been approached by 2 venture capital firms for expansion. I bought a house in Lincoln Park, and every single day I walk into an office that used to represent my worst failure and remind myself I didn't just survive what they did to me, I won. People ask me if it was worth it, the lawsuits, the stress, the years of grinding. They ask if I should just let it go, move on, forgive. Here's my answer. Forgiveness is for people who deserve it. Derek and Amber don't. What they deserve is to watch someone they underestimated become everything they'll never be. So yeah, Reddit, I bought the company that fired me, and I'd do it again. People are asking what happened to the influencer partnership pitch. I implemented it at Sterling Solutions. It's now our flagship service and generates 40% of our revenue. Amber's version at Vertex never launched. Turns out she didn't actually understand the strategy.